Hi, my name is Nosheen Khan, and today in this video, I will be exploring project risk management, transactional leadership, and its mediating factors in humanitarian organization. To some people, this is an old managerial approach that we should throw out of a window. However, to others, it is an important leadership area to study because it teaches us a lot about all the new areas of leaderships and leadership studies. Like in this presentation, we will study, inshallah. Uh, is the word transactional leadership was very first wrote by the James McGeorge Burns in his book called Leadership, based in his in his thinking of Maslow hierarchy of needs. We have almost five levels of needs, that is physiological, safety, love, belongingness, esteem, and self actualization, that people are all pursuing at different points in their routine life and their organizational and professional career points. Transactional leaders focus on meeting their followers' basic needs, psychological safety, belonging by exchanging rewards and privilege for their desired performances. Johnson's and Hackman, in their book of leadership, also illustrated the concept of exchange in leadership by demonstrating the transactional approach where good performances is directly rewarded. Uh, Bern Bass and his associates also identify contingent reward as a key aspect of transactional leadership, where leaders provide rewards only when a good performance is achieved. Transactional leadership involves rewards for compliance and disciplines for the underperformances, as seen in the contingent rewards, and management by the exceptions. Now, the success in this approach, in this transactional approach, depends on mediating factors like trust, trust, motivation, and organizational commitment, which influences how effectively rewarded and corrective action drive performances. Next, we will talk about how leadership aligns with the project success in humanitarian settings, particularly during the crisis. As the transactional leadership in my studies based on the mediating factors, that is trust, motivation, and organizational commitment. If there is a trust, motivation, and organizational commitment linked with the transactional leadership, then obviously it enhances the operational efficiency of any employee or any organizations. Like in this case, transactional leaders like Venice Lombardi and Bill Gates demonstrate success through their clear expectations of and performance based rewards. Lombardi is a legendary football coach, rewarded players for strong performances with the game time and victories, while punishing underperformances by benching. Similarly, Gates in the corporate world focuses on the setting a clear goal, using them as a motivation to help followers succeed and learn reward, emphasizing results or inspiration and any inspiration, etc. Um, uh, like I've already said that, have already said that leadership in a organization, specifically in a humanitarian organization, like my studies based on the Pakistan Trip Christian societies and its leadership approaches and its acceptance toward the transactional leadership. Here I will be explaining some challenges, a role of the transactional leadership, and other motivational needs. This leadership, actually, the transactional leadership style is particularly effective in organizations facing challenges like resource scarcity, shortage, crisis management, operational risk. Like as I said, in my organization where I am working as a first aid trainer in the Pakistan Red Crescent Society, this approach I myself consider a very effective approach towards attaining our goals, project goals, and project deliverables. Leaders like project managers and program persons and focal persons, they set a clear performance criteria while monitoring our compliance and their compliance. Those who meet expectations receive bonuses and recognition, while poor performances is met with the corrective approaches, corrective actions, or punishment. Like in my study, the corrective actions, the mediating factors that are trust, motivation, and organizational commitment. However, it's focused on a task and outcome that often overlook the emotional and motivational needs, creating gaps in addressing followers' holistic development or employees' holistic development. In this regard, three factors like trust, motivation, and organizational commitment play a vital role in amplifying the impact of this leadership style. As we have also discussed that the factor three model theory, like trust, motivation, and leadership. So trust is the very foremost factor that I will be discussing. Is also considered to be the foundation of risk management. Trust is also the fundamental to leadership success and risk management. Leaders who act consistently and fairly build trust within their teams, ensuring better collaborations and adherence to directives. However, transactional leaders that feel rigid or impersonal can damage this trust. Let's suppose we could take it like if an employee have a trust in their leadership, they will be fully committed to their organizations and will be fully committed towards achieving those deliverables, project deliverables. लेकिन अगर साथ में वही लीडरशिप थोड़ी सी सख्त होती है या थोड़ा सा बेलचक बेलचक समझा जाए और रिजिड होता है, तो वहां पे ये ट्रस्ट को बहुत ज्यादा हार्म करता है, बहुत ज्यादा नुकसान पहुंचाता होता है. तो दैट्स व्हाई ट्रस्ट इज बीइंग कंसिडर्ड द फार मोस्ट फंडामेंटल step of a leader towards achieving transactional leadership. Um, the second one is my mediating second factor is motivation, that is being considered extrinsic in nature as well as intrinsic in nature. While extrinsics are, as the name indicates, something that's out of your mind, yeah, come from the environment. Transactional leaders often relies on extrinsic motivations like rewards, promotions, benefits, punishments, etc. In humanitarian organization, intrinsic motivations like alignment with your organization mission, vision, plays quite a crucial role. In humanitarian organization, there is no such extrinsic motivation, like rewards, punishment, bonuses, etc., promotion. You could say promotion, but not that much. But extrinsic is being more valued in a humanitarian organization, as well as being a employee of a PRCS, recognizing volunteer efforts and fostering a sense of purpose also enhance a volunteer's commitment towards our goal. So it's also important one. The third one is the organizational commitment, that is considered a pillar of stability. As have been mentioned, that Mayer and Allen three component normative, effective, on continuous, whatever that is. Organization that will be based on that. The organizational commitment refers to the emotional and psychological connections of employee feel toward their organization. As I said, that three component models. That one normative commitment that arises from the sense of obligations. आप खुद किसी चीज की ताबीदारी करते होते हो without knowing the extrinsic benefits etc. Um, आपकी obligation कंसिडर की जाती हैं. Affective commitment is driven by emotional attachment to the organizational values. Let's suppose some people are opportunists, some people are not opportunists. Those who are opportunists, they will not have any emotional attachment to the organizational values. a Once they receive a bigger offer from another bigger organization, they will directly go and leave their current organization and will rush to the other organization from where they've been offered, because they don't have effective commitment toward their organizations. That's the reason. And the third one is continence commitment that occurs when employees stay due to their perceived cost of living. Let's suppose I'm saying that PRCS pay me 1.5 salary, 1,50,000 salary, and the other organization is quite good in their GDs and each and everything, and I like their ambience, but they are offering me only 1 day salary. So in this situation, I don't quit my job and I stay with the PRCS, because the salary I'm being offered in this organization is meeting my needs. So in collectively, PRCS is a normative commitment is often achieved through transactional leadership. However, fostering effective commitment requires transformational leadership traits such as inspiring a shared vision. Inspiring a shared vision is also very much uh, being valued in transformational leadership. So their model come in which the transactional plus transformational leadership could be implemented in organization to achieve the most longer effects. Like in transactional leadership, and it ensures efficiency and productivity through rewards or penalties or punishment. If an employee perform good, then it will be reward they will be rewarded. But if a employee perform underperformance, or employee perform bad, weak, then in that situation a corrective actions are being taken to improve their performance, like trust, motivation, organizational commitment are the most mediating factors I am being talking about regularly and again and again. Whereas a transformational leadership focus on a vision, aspiration, aligning followers with the long-term organizational goals. Well, let me clear one thing. Transactional leadership is a short term in achieving organizational goals, whereas transformational leadership is a long term. Uh, in terms of their goals and deliverables, objectivity, attaining. By combining both approaches, leaders can create an environment where followers are not only motivated by immediate rewards but also feel emotionally and intellectually invested in the organization's missions and values, well they being felt valued, not being wasted. And these alignments help ensure that the daily tasks contribute meaningfully to the larger goals of the organization, fostering both immediate success as well as sustainable growth. By combining the transformational integrated leadership model, transformational plus the transactional leadership, long-term plus short-term, both goals are being achieved. Where in to sum up the whole presentation, I would just say that transactional leadership provides a strong foundation to the project risk management. However, integrating transformational elements can address its limitation, such as building trust, enhancing motivation, and fostering deeper organizational commitment. This balanced approach not only meets operational objectives but also strengthen emotional engagement and the team resilience. I myself, if these are my thoughts about the transactional leadership, and I myself in a favor of transactional leadership more than the other one. But integrated could be also achieved a better organizational goals. But here I would like to conclude my session. I'm already 17.40 means seconds on this very moment. Thank you for your attention, and thank you for the opportunity, for the opportunity. And inshallah, see you again in the class in the university. Thank you, sir. Allah Hafiz.